staying on par with NXT, guys. I want to talk to you about this because this is very interesting. There's been a lot of talk lately about CM Punk and his involvement with the NXT brand and everything that is happening in NXT. And I want to talk about this for a very specific reason, because there was rumors that when CM Punk joined WWE, there was rumors that maybe CM Punk would want to run NXT afterwards. Now, PW Insider has come out with a report. Even though CM Punk was not actually on the NXT show, he was yet again backstage at WWE NXT in St. Louis. He actually reportedly traveled with the NXT talent via the bus to and from the show, and he was giving advice at the taping. Now, guys, let's talk about this, because CM Punk is somebody heavily criticized. A lot of people thought that he didn't want to put over talent in AEW. A lot of people thought he doesn't want to put over talent in WWE. And now CM Punk is one of the guys who I genuinely believe, after Shawn Michaels is done, and after CM Punk is done with his full-time in-ring career, I genuinely believe CM Punk is going to be involved in NXT. Now, I don't know if that's going to be as a trainer. I don't know if that's going to be as an agent. I don't know if that's going to be as a producer. I don't know if that's going to be as part of the creative team. I don't know if that means CM Punk is going to kick Shawn Michaels to the side. But what I do know is that CM Punk being involved in NXT is actually good for business. And there's going to be a lot of anti-CM Punk fans who probably will not agree with me here, because anything CM Punk does, a lot of people don't want to admit that he is actually really good. But CM Punk is somebody who understands the wrestling business. CM Punk is a veteran of the wrestling business. CM Punk knows what it's like to leave WWE for 7 years, come back to pro wrestling after 7 years of missing TV, missing wrestling. He missed 7 years, and every year people were chanting for CM Punk to come back. He knows what that feeling is like. And then on top of that, he comes back to professional wrestling, delivers an outstanding storyline in AEW with MJF, and then unfortunately all the drama in between got him fired. And what's really interesting is that the AEW fan base, in my opinion, tried to paint this picture that CM Punk was not a giving person, that CM Punk was not a good person, that CM Punk was not a positive person. Now, CM Punk doesn't need me to defend him. However, I have always said there are three sides to every story. And, you know, we saw the drama with the Elite. We saw the issue with Jungle Jack. And then, you know, everybody's picking sides based on dirt sheet reports. And the reality is this, my friends. The reality is this. CM Punk came into AEW after 7 years of being away from television, after being away from pro wrestling. He steps away, he comes back to professional wrestling, and he joins the company where everything should have been perfect, and it wasn't perfect. And then, on top of that, this fan base who has been begging and clamming for this guy to return and to join, they turned on him. And immediately when they turned on him, CM Punk went from being one of the greatest people in the world to being an absolute piece of shit. And that was the issue with the AEW audience, and it still is. People in AEW's fan base, I just saw it the other day. Maria Kanellis did not even say a negative word about AEW. I made a video that she's leaving the company, and people are like, who cares? Nobody cares. It's just Maria Kanellis. But when Maria Kanellis joined AEW, that wasn't what was being said. It was, this is a great signing. She's going to be a great addition backstage. She's going to be great for Ring of Honor and the women's division and blah, 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 blah. My point that I'm making is that a lot of people have used opportunities on the internet to smear other names, okay? CM Punk is now in the WWE. CM Punk just had arguably the top 3 greatest Hell in a Cell match of all time. And in addition to that, one of the things that is really a big deal here is that CM Punk is instrumental in working with young and up-and-comers. He's working with Roxanne. He's working with Cora Jade. He's building friendships with all of these different people in NXT. And if he's going to travel with NXT, if Punk is going to give advice to these young up-and-comers, and Punk literally ends up staying with TKO, Endeavor, WWE, long-term, and he ends up running NXT, that is going to be one of the greatest stories in professional wrestling. This is a guy who cannot see eye to eye with Triple H. This was a guy who could not see eye to eye with Vince McMahon. This was a guy who couldn't see eye to eye with anybody in the WWE. And now we have gotten to a point where, because he left the WWE, And then he goes to AEW. Everybody was convinced that this guy was the problem. If CM Punk ends up running NXT or becomes a very integral part of NXT, and he becomes a very big integral part of the future of this company after his in-ring career is done, boy, the internet will have never been more wrong than ever. And on top of that, let's just shoot the shit for a second. If CM Punk ends up running NXT and then turns NXT into something even bigger, holy shit, guys. Let me tell you right now, dead ass, no joke. I'm telling you guys right now, CM Punk will be the biggest mistake that AEW has ever had. Letting go of him will be one of the biggest things ever. Because I'm telling you guys right now, that is one of the worst things that AEW has ever done. Their business has completely shifted. Their business has completely gone to shit. Their ratings have gone down. Attendance has gone down. They're losing the popularity contest against WWE. And when they lost CM Punk, it felt like everything was crashing down. And AEW has a very, very good roster. But if CM Punk does run NXT, if CM Punk is known for being this really good guy backstage and being a really good influence backstage, mark my words, it will reflect very poorly on AEW, because there are people who have talked about this and they said CM Punk was chosen, Jungle Jack Perry was chosen over CM Punk. Guys, night and day difference. What is happening here? Night and day difference. The company hasn't been the same. Now here's the thing. CM Punk's in-ring career probably won't be that much longer. I don't know. I can't sit here and tell you guys how long he'll be there. But what I will say is this. What I will say is that WWE and CM Punk could end up having and if they have a really good relationship, that would be a massive, massive win for the company. I would like to also go as far as saying that you should be investing in your youth, and more veterans should step up and help the youth when the opportunity arises. When the opportunity arises, step up, because I think that would be absolutely huge. Look at all these veterans coming in. Look at all these people coming in and helping out. That's great. But NXT, building the future of WWE, that's where NXT is. So let's not forget about that. Let's not forget about that. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen,